Jeanine was a past recipient. We love Jeanine.
So I started Silver Spoon Specialties 15 years ago, and since then it has grown into a successful business, and I've taken on my son as a co-owner, and we're now luckily in a position that we can give back to some organizations in the community, and my number one organization that I love to give to is the Springs Food Pantry, because 20 years ago I was in a much different position. I had had a great job. I had just had my fourth child. I had just renovated my house. I had just bought a new car, and then suddenly everything changed and I lost my job. I had no way to pay the bills. I was driving around in a new car that I could not pay for, couldn't pay the mortgage, and I was scrambling to do whatever I could, any just to make ends meet. And someone said to me, well, at least for food, why don't you try the Springs Food Pantry? So I drove my brand new car over to the Springs Food Pantry and was embarrassed. I thought people would judge me seeing this woman show up in a new car. Why was I there collecting food? But, you don't know what's on the other side. You never know what's on the other side. But in my head, people were judging me. So I would sit in my car every week in the parking lot and cry until I could get myself together, walk in, tears in my eyes, and all those workers in there, all those ladies, they just looked at me with a smile. They looked into my eyes. They could see how much I was struggling. And most of the times, one of them usually followed me out to the car with an extra bag or an extra dozen eggs or whatever it was that they could spare for me. And I would cry a little more and then go home and try and feed my kids. I tapped into that unbelievable resource for about a year, and then things turned around for me. And I was able to get back on my feet. But I never forgot that what pulled me through that horrible time was, for the most part, the Springs Food Pantry, because when as a mom you can't even feed your own kids, it's devastating. It really is one of the worst feelings ever. So the fact that there was a resource like this in the community that reached out and helped and didn't judge and was just there for me, it just has come full circle that now I'm in a position to give back in some small way, and I'm just so thankful for all the people that helped me during that horrible time in my life and made it a little less horrible. So thank you for being here.